Okay. Hello everybody, my name is Kate Paulin and I'm a realtor with Heart. I love helping buyers find the perfect property and sellers to sell to profit. And I'm the owner of Arrow Tree Creek LLC, a residential real estate firm here in Colorado. And I'm a single person firm. What that means is that when my clients pick up the phone and they want to ask anything about the transaction, I'm the one they talk to. So something that I've heard people say that they don't really like about real estate is that they list with one person and then they don't see that person again through the whole transaction. Each time they call, it's a different person that they talk to on their team. So I think something that people really like about me is that throughout the transaction from offer to close, I'm their go-to person. Another thing that people tend to do when they choose a realtor to list a home with is they might do it on price, or they might do it on a big name or a franchise. And something that I have to offer that most realtors don't is this proprietary listing approach that I have that's called textbook listings. And this is what we're going to talk about today, textbook listings, getting it sold with class. Why me? What makes me different? I have 20 years of selling experience in Colorado. I started in the Vail Valley, moved down here, and I've been selling in the Denver Front Range area for 20 years. In terms of my training, I do more than what's required by the state. So the state requires 24 hours of continuing education, and the 12 hours of annual update courses and 12 hours of commission-approved electives. And I go above and beyond that. I also have a membership with CAR, the Colorado Association of Realtors, NAR, the National Association of Realtors, the Board of Realtors here in Boulder, which, by the way, you don't have to be a member of a board in order to sell real estate, but I choose to do that so that I can have a capital R next to my name. That means that I'm held to a slightly higher level of standards and ethics. And then I'm also a member of the Independent Brokers group here in Boulder, who's a part of the board. And so it's all independent brokers like myself who get together and work together. Salud.
Thank you.
I've lived in Boulder since 1979, and I know a lot of business owners, nonprofits, people in the schools, and so I have a lot of connections. And I'd like to have fun while maintaining a high level of professionalism and ethics. And something else that makes me different is my textbook listings. So what is a textbook listing? So the acronym is CLASS, C for care and concern, L literature, A action, sold, which everybody likes to do, and then success. Let's talk about what these things are. So as far as care and concern go, when I meet with someone to talk about the property that they want to sell, people are coming at it from all different perspectives. So some might be just wanting to get rid of it, maybe it's bad baggage, something like that, or maybe they've raised their family there for 25 years and they're really connected to it with their heart. And so I have to come at each client with a different perspective and a deep understanding for what it is that they want to try to accomplish. Typically, I'll tour their property with them, taking copious notes of things that they're talking about, things they really care about in their home, because I want to be able to relay that to potential buyers. I also offer them free market analysis, which is what is the market doing in their area, what kind of things they're selling for in their area. I also give them the pre-list checklist, which is something that is unique to me. It's sort of this, here's what needs to be done. And I also have written something called How to Prepare Your House for Selling, and I like to give that to them also during care and concern. It's something that helps them to know kind of what are my roles in the listing, and what are their roles in the listing. And that way we have it up front, and everybody kind of knows what expectations might be. And of course, I do lots of brochures, I do a for sale business card and a just sold and a just listed card. And so something unique about me is that I'll typically show up to the listing, or the first appointment, not even know if I'm going to get the listing, with these brochures in hand. So I'll go to the property, take a photo, make a brochure for them, and actually present it to them at this first appointment so that they have an idea of what it is that I can produce for them. And that usually impresses them. So the L in the class is literature. As a realtor, when I'm filling out contracts, I'm acting as an attorney. And it's very important that all of my clients know exactly what they're getting into. Real estate has a lot of legal implications, and so going through every contract line by line and helping them understand what they're getting into is something that they really appreciate. Sometimes I'll have up to 10 different contracts that I've done with them in one transaction, plus all the title work, the covenant documentation, inspection reports, all that. By the end, the file is like this fat. But I feel like having a good understanding of the literature and what everything means to people and conveying that to them is really important to them. I do full color brochures. Like I said, I do cards that get sent to 50 neighbors that are the just listed postcards, and then also a just sold postcard. And just working through all the paperwork that brings the offer to close. Next is the A for action. This is where a lot of work happens. Not only is the information put into the MLS, which is the magic listing system and multiple listing system, but there's also lots of websites out there that the listings get posted to. Not only my website, I also do a free video for my clients that gets posted on many social media sites. And I do all the photographing, and I'll also do free staging for my clients. So not major stuff, but little things, bedding, towels, plants, rugs, throw pillows, things like that, just to kind of spruce a property up if it needs it. I know not all agents do that. I even have some furniture that I'll throw in there if it really needs it. But so that's part of my service. And of course, I stay in close communication with my customers throughout the whole thing. It's very important to be action-oriented on the phone and texting, depending on what my client wants. I feel like they want feedback every day, if not a couple times a day. And so it's really important for me to be able to stay in close communication with them. Of course, the S, first S in class is the sold. And this is usually the happy day when the seller gets to take a big check, do something with it. But I provide in the sold service a walkthrough 24 hours, usually about 24 hours before closing. That's where I take, the walkthrough is what we allow for the buyer to do in the listing, which is they come through and check to make sure everything that was done in the inspection, if we were going to be doing anything in the listing, is completed. And on the day of closing, that's actually the delivery of the deed. And so that's when everything is done, the sold day. And I attend all of my closings, so something I know that people really appreciate about that is when you go to the closing table, there's sometimes some anxiety involved with that. And so if your agent is there to kind of help smooth through any questions that might come up, or the transfer of keys, or maybe even simple things like, shall we talk about what day the trash is picked up at this property? Okay. How about, any things about neighbors that might be of importance or whatnot. So anyway, that's the sold. And then the success part of it comes from not necessarily how most people measure success. My success is measured by whether or not my clients are happy with what they've received. And so it's not about me. I want to make sure that they feel like it's been a successful sale. And here's some testimonials that I just pulled off of Trulia. I'm a Trulia agent. And so my listings get posted on Trulia. So that is the textbook listing. If you know someone who's looking to sell a house, I would love to work with them and do it with class. So thank you.